world and also the product management world, we want to think about how do we advance the story. But sometimes you find yourself in a very ambiguous situation. And usually that's when a lot of product managers get called in, right? They're like, hey, something was going on, some engineers have built something, the designers have made some design, someone spoke to a customer and promised them something that's probably not possible. You sort this out. And that's what we have to do. So let's talk about an improv rule called don't ask open-ended questions. So let's say we're doing a scene. You and I, again, you're up on the stage here with me. And we just kind of stare at each other and I go, so what are you doing? And you look at me and you just go, yeah, where are we? And I go, who am I? Yeah, it kind of sucks, right? What are we doing? We're both standing around waiting for someone to tell us what's going in the scene. But what should we be doing, right? If you're the product manager and you're called to sort out all this ambiguous mess, you don't want to look around at the engineers and go like, what do you think we should do? Design? Like, got any great... You know, your job at that point is to try to bring clarity into chaos. And so, you know, you may not have all the answers, but what if you just walked in and said something like, what would it look like if our strategy with this project was to do X? And in that way, even if you end up revising later, you can start by moving the team forward a little bit. You can test a concrete plan of action, and you can keep advancing the product just a little bit at a time. Just like instead of this, we could keep moving this situation forward. So instead of us doing this scene and I say, what are you doing? I could just say, hey, can you help me lift this sofa into the truck? And right then you're like, oh, you've told me exactly what to do. Yeah, great. This is so much better now that we have this heavy sofa here because I feel useful. Or instead of me saying, where are we anyway? You could just say, I just love it here in Central Park. And instead of saying, who am I could say, class, open your books to chapter 7 and begin. And immediately you know who you are, what your purpose is, and what you should be doing right then. So as a product manager, sometimes you want to say something like, our strategy is, the next step could be, or the information we need to get is. And these are all statements that can help advance the team.